joining me, aka Massage Nerd. And today we have Debbie Roberts from Debbie Roberts Seminars.
Hi.
Yeah. So how long you been in the field then?
Since 1988.
Okay.
And I've been a personal trainer and a massage therapist, both, since 1988.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a 1-2 punch basically.
It's a 1-2 punch. That's the way I go.
Yep.
That's the way I go. That's right.
So I've seen you at some trade shows and stuff like that. So what do you have to offer?
I have 6 classes, actually, is what I offer. I'm a continuing education provider for the state of Florida and NCTMB.
Okay.
Okay. And what I bring to the table is assessment, treatment, and muscle stabilization. So because I'm a personal trainer, I gotta do stabilization too.
Yep.
And that's what I wanted to bring. So I teach upper extremity, lower extremity, a cervical course. My favorite, golf ability. The ability to play golf.
Yep.
Okay.
And most people, they need to.
A full flexibility course also, and then personal training 101.
Okay. And then what's your main style that you offer then?
As far as what happens in the classroom, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
That is the ATM method.
Okay.
Assessment, treatment, muscle stabilization. So no matter what I am teaching, they have to learn how to assess it. My motto is, if you don't assess, you just guess.
Okay.
That's my motto.
It's trademarked now, right?
Well, yeah, it is, because by the way, it is.
It is? Okay.
ATM, you're right.
Okay, yeah, good.
You want me to say how much money I paid the lawyer?
Yeah.
Okay, I paid the lawyer. Okay, but it's so that it was a method that was real and that they can take from start to finish. Because what I've noticed is massage therapists will go learn this technique and that technique and this technique, and they're all great.
Yep.
But it's, what do I apply it to?
Kind of bring it all together, kind of thing,
well,
right?
I gotta know, if I can't assess, I don't know which one am I gonna pull myofascial out? Am I gonna pull NMT out? What am I gonna pull out of my bag to actually help this person? Like, for instance, I just helped 3 people with shoulder issues, and they were like, oh my God. And because I assessed it, and I could be very specific. So I don't have to go through 5 different muscles. And once I assess it and test it, I know what range of motion the joint's lacking, and I know what strength it's lacking, I know what mobility I need, and I know what stability I need. It's not rocket science, it's just a method of doing it.
And I know massage therapists in general in school, they're not getting that either. So, I mean, some of them they might, but...
because, again, in massage therapy, you know, we definitely have like a triad there. We have the therapists that are going to be in spa, that are relaxation and all of that, and that's really all the schools are going to teach them. They're not really going to teach them the orthopedic assessments that, you know, that's why they have continuing ed, because now we can get much more in depth and specific with the people that are interested in that type of course too. You know, not everybody's interested in, you know, sports and orthopedic assessments, and, you know, even if it's our Publix checkout clerk, if you could assess her, you're going to fix her faster.
Yep.
It doesn't matter if it's sports or, you know, I have 80-year-old grandmas with shoulder issues that, again, if I assess it, I don't have to have them in therapy so long. You know, economically for the client economically, if you can assess, you're going to get many more referrals out of them. I get 8 to 10 referrals out of every person that I treat at the clinic. 8 to 10. I'm in this economy, I haven't had a day that I'm not booked 10 hours a day. I have to tell people no. And that's a good honest truth, because I learned how to get out there and be specific. The more specific you are, the more you're saving your hands, but you are also saving the client money. You know, they just went through 12 sessions of physical therapy, and it takes you 4 to finish up the job. They love you and they refer to you.
Because when I had my business too, this one client, she wanted to come 3 times a week. And that's what we started off with, kind of thing, just half an hour, just because that's what she could afford at that time. And then eventually she was starting to get better, and I said, let's extend it. Maybe once every other week or something like that, maybe for just an hour at that. And she was saying, she was shocked, and don't you need money? And I said, yeah, I need money, but I want to help you and help your pocketbook and everything else. So we're the best of both worlds.
You know,
Yeah,
and that's what it's all about. You know, is these people, when they come to us, we're doing real health care. You want to know why it's real health care? Insurance doesn't cover it half the time.
Oh, yep.
That's why it's real health care.
Yep, exactly.
You know?
And they seem to appreciate it a little bit more. What I've noticed sometimes is when they come out of their own pocket, they tend to get better a little bit quicker too. It's sometimes
they're more motivated to follow their home therapy system.
Yeah.
You know, because it's also about, like I said, if I give you a mobility somewhere, I better put back some stability someplace else.
Okay.
Or the mobility issue comes back as a spasm. So, you know, when people see that, oh my gosh, this joint doesn't go this far, sometimes it's not a mobility issue. Sometimes it's a stability issue. Sometimes it's that we need to do some isometrics to help out that joint.
And is there any of your classes that it would be just for personal trainers and not for massage, or can it cross over and stuff?
Crosses over. No, let's backtrack that.
Okay.
In the state of Florida, for sure, personal trainers cannot do hands-on. So the one class that personal trainers would take from me, which they have, is my 16-hour flexibility.
Okay.
Because they don't learn anatomy the way we learn anatomy. So you got personal trainers out there that are stretching people, and they don't know the anatomy like we do. So when you teach flexibility, and we take the anatomy, we stretch it. So every single muscle group that we're going to work on from head to toe, we're looking at the anatomy with it. That isn't something a personal trainer usually gets. You know, we think that they do, but they don't.
How much education do they have to have in the state of Florida, then, or in general, other places?
You know what?
Do you know?
Here's what's so sad. They don't have to have anything.
They don't. Just like Minnesota, where I live, they just have to take a weekend seminar, basically.
A weekend seminar. But there is a club, fitness, spa association that if you're going to work in a high-level country club, you have to have a certain gold standard certification. So it's regulated that way. We're self-policed at this point.
Okay.
But that's what I tell massage therapists. You guys could have the best of both worlds by understanding the functional part that somebody... People don't function when they lay on our massage table. At that point, the muscles aren't grabbing onto a bone. It's not until they oppose gravity that the body is showing you function. So in order to assess somebody properly, I've got to have them resisting gravity.
Yep.
You know, not just out of gravity, and that's my big thing, is to try to teach them that. And personal trainers, they understand function, but they don't understand the intricacy of anatomy the way massage therapists do.
Yep.
So I tell massage therapists all the time, you're much more educated than a personal trainer. You just don't realize it. And what I try to do is show them how much they do know that overlaps personal training, and not to be so afraid of it.
Yep.
You know, and our personal training, by the way, that's functional training. That's not Cybex machines.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
Personal training for massage therapists is about making someone function. If I don't know, let's say for instance, I do an assessment and I find out that the reason that your hip hurts is because your transverse abdominis isn't working, but your psoas is overworking. Well, if I lengthen psoas, that's part of the equation. Now I need to turn transverse on, or the hip still hurts. So that's the functional training part of it. It's corrective exercise is what I want to say. Is massage therapists get hung up that personal training, oh my gosh, I'm never going to go into the gym. I'm not going to take you through a circuit training. No, I don't want you to take anybody through a circuit training. I want you to understand that the body that's on that massage table needs to function in opposed gravity. So once you've given them mobility and flexibility, now let me teach you just that little bitty missing piece, which is the stability. It doesn't have anything to do with Cybex equipment. That's true personal training. That's where personal training actually is going, is that we are trying to make people function better. You know, if they're asymmetrical right or left, we want to bring back symmetry.
Doing that, okay. So. Yeah. So, do you have any? Do you sell DVDs at all, or?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
got
Okay.
lots of educational support material,
Okay.
and we had them all professionally done. So the anatomy flies in. If I muscle test something, you see the anatomy.
Okay.
If I do a range of motion, you see the anatomy. So the anatomy's right there so that they can stop. It's on a menu plan. I've got 50 ways to assess, not guess, which
Wow.
is all goniometer measuring.
Okay.
And what's great about that is if you don't get the range of motion, the next slide that comes up tells you what muscles to attack.
Do that. Okay.
So it's, again, we try to methodically make it so that massage therapist or whoever watches it, a personal trainer, that they don't have to think, this must be why I don't get this range of motion. And I did a shoulder, a manual muscle testing with active assisted and facilitated stretching. Okay, a flexibility DVD, a cervical DVD with a bonus session on the cranial cradle.
Okay. Yeah.
And then my last one was business in a box.
Okay. I like that term.
Business in a box, trust me. And that's because I've been a business owner for 30 years, and I'm trying to help. I would love, my goal is to elevate massage therapists in every realm. In every realm of a better therapist and a better business owner and more retention. So that economically, we never hear a massage therapist have to go work at Burdine's as a part-time job.
Yeah.
I just don't want to hear that
Do you guys have
anymore.
associate's degree here in Florida?
They
now?
do.
Okay.
They do. But again, if I have an associate's degree in massage therapy, if I don't know how to handle myself as an entrepreneur, I'm done.
Yep. True.
Because you are an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. You have to understand that this is not a 9-to-5 job any longer that someone employs you at, unless you would go to one of those the other industries that we have here that employs you.
Yep.
But if you're going to be out on your own, you have to know how to conduct yourself with business forms, I mean the whole 9 yards.
Yep.
Taxes, tax
Yep.
accountants.
And that's why myself, I got an accountant just to be safe too, because those rules change so much, and yeah.
It's
Yeah.
constant, but it's so, I went to the Small Business Association, and they helped me set my business up, and they told me all the ins and outs and all the things that could go wrong, and that I better have 6 months to 12 months of income in my bank account before I even open my doors.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
And you know what? To this day, I keep 6 months in reserve constantly, because it's the only way not to go out of business.
Yep. Because so many people are just living paycheck to paycheck or massage to massage. Or,
Right.
Yeah.
And they think, oh gosh, I can make all this money, but then they don't know how to manage it. Mm-hmm. They don't know how to stay in the business and manage to keep that, that flow going.
And some therapists just want to give discounts all the time and stuff, and don't feel like their self-worth is the full amount and stuff. And
you know what? We're notorious. We are a healing arts. We were never business people.
No.
That's why we got into this.
Yeah.
But then there's some of us, that I kind of cross over where I got fortunate enough to have a business. It grew so quickly that I got a business, and I had to learn how to go from a technician to business owner. I wrote a book, So You Want to Own a Spa, What Are You Thinking?
Yeah.
That was self-sanity.
Yeah.
And in that book, I put in there everything that can possibly go wrong, because it does. And it's not about just not owning a physical building, but it's just about being an entrepreneur. When you decide that you want to go to massage school, if you're not going to be employed by a corporation, you need to know that you are an entrepreneur, and you have to handle business. You are no longer just a technician, you're a business owner.
Yep. And me going into massage school, there's two things I never wanted to do: own my own business and teach. And I ended up doing both. So it's like,
Every massage therapist will tell you that, by the way. They don't want to own their own business.
Yep.
They did the minute they went to technical school.
Yeah.
They absolutely did, and again, unless they're going to be comfortable in a spa situation where the spa is employing them. But, I bet you, I don't know, you would have to look, you might know better than I do, as 50% of our industry or 75% of our industry are entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
There's probably only
naturally.
25%, because how many spas are out there that actually can employ a lot of us on a regular basis?
Yeah. with Massage Envy and everything else.
Yes.
It's helping those people that do not want to own their own business. So
Right,
yeah,
right.
So
And you know what? We have to appreciate Massage Envy in the fact that, and I'm a business owner. All of us small business owners, and Massage Envy being a corporation, but the massage therapists have to understand that when we own our own business, we're managing our own stock. We'll be lucky if we get 5% out of that. That's what isn't, I don't think, recognized enough when you talk about business in the schools, is what a business owner is facing when you go to be employed by that business owner. What do they face? Not only how can I set up my own business, but if I'm going to be a part of a team of someone took me on and I give you the ability to buy groceries, you have to understand where I come from to own that business.
Yeah, exactly.
That's off on a tangent. Thank you very much. So anyway. Wow.
Yeah.
That went round and round.
Yeah.
But anyway,
That was awesome.
there you go.
So the best way to get a hold of you would be
You can go to www.debbierobertsseminars.com. That's the easiest one. My email is right there also.
Okay.
It's pretty simple. Dr. like drseminars@gmail.com.
Okay, and then you're just doing workshops all over the United States too then?
Over.
Okay.
Yeah,
and
taking on
if somebody
the
wants to
cruise
host
ships.
you too and stuff, or they
I
can
would love
contact
for
you?
somebody to host.
Okay.
You know, and you know what? I like small, intimate groups, so it's fine with me if there's 8 to 10 people. I don't need 20 or 30 students. I'm trying to give a quality education, so it's okay with me. I've given a seminar for 4. You know, and when they come to me, that's simpler because at my office I can hold just, 4.
Yeah.
I've also done 120.
Yeah.
But it's the intimate groups. I love for people to host a seminar.
Yeah, definitely.
Call me.
Yeah. It's been a pleasure, man.
Thank you.